welcome back to another episode. Right. Hi. How are you? How's your night going? How's your evening going? Today we are going to get into some stuff. Okay? And I know we done got off of work, so we're about to wind down and just get straight to it. This video, I hope it's not long. Let's just get straight to the point and do what we got to do. Okay? So, if you're new here, welcome to Trio. My name is Wesley, and this is Soul Talk, a space to heal, grow, and step into our blooming season. This year, we're on a journey to living in the full expression of ourselves. And today, we're going to be digging into a topic that I'm excited to get into. So, let's jump right in. So, last week, we talked about what seeds we wanted to sow and how to do that. And so if you missed that video, go ahead and give it a watch. Today we're going to be digging into what environment you need in order to sow seeds that are actually going to grow. Remember, seeds bloom, flowers bloom when the conditions are just right. So we need our conditions to be right, okay? Let's just jump right in. As you all know, I love jumping in with a definition. So the definition of environment is the surroundings or conditions in which a person, animal, or plant lives or operates. Now, there's two types of environments that I came to a conclusion about, which is the physical, which is our external environment. That includes our living situations, our bodies, the people around us, the habits we have, everything outside of our body that surrounds us. And then we have our internal environment. That is our mind, our will, emotions, our soul, and our spiritual life. But for today, we're just going to be focused on the physical, and then next video, we will get into the internal environment. Now, before I jump straight into this, as you know, this whole season, this whole journey, you and I are doing together. I do hope that you are joining in. You found out what you wanted to bloom. You found out what you want to express. You found these things. I just want to remind you and reassure you that this is an active journey. This is not where we come and we talk about the idea of blooming. This is not where we come and we talk about the perception or the perspective of what it means to bloom. No, here we're giving out real practical tips, things you literally need to do in order to bloom. These things that I'm talking about has to take place. You have to find space to do it, okay? This is practical tips and steps. That's what this is, okay? Soul to soul, all right? Let's just jump right into our living environment. So, as you know, when it comes to our environment, we got to start with where we lay our heads, most likely, because there is where we find relaxation. We come to find a sense of ourselves. The thoughts flow, the thoughts be going crazy there. Who knows? I don't know. But you have to start with where you rest your head. If you are young and you are old and you only have to worry about a room, the first step is making sure that that room is tidy, okay? Clean your room every day if possible, right? If possible, make sure you have no visible clutter anywhere in your house. Visible clutter will literally strike your stress hormones. It will tell your brain that things are not done, that you still have work to do. More than that, it will tell your brain that we are behind. And guess what? Procrastination will kick in at a next level. Don't keep throwing them clothes on top of them clothes. Don't do that, okay? And something my mom taught me very young, I didn't get it until I moved out, but it was to make your bed every single morning. When you make up your bed, I heard it somewhere, when you make up your bed, you make up your mind. But I make up my bed because my mom kind of just was like, girl, you didn't make your bed? So, and it looks so fresh. I love coming home, and I'm looking at my bed right now. I love coming home and getting into a well-made bed. It just feels different. It feels new, cozy, comfy. If you want to start anywhere, start with making your bed every single day. It will do a different to your environment, to your mental health, and to your physiology. Yeah. Another thing, if you manage a household like myself, I'm trying to get into this habit of cleaning one thing either every other day, or once a week. Growing up, again, I know a lot of people can relate to this, but we had cleaning days, which was usually a Sunday or a Saturday, basically. But we in the house and we're cleaning, and everything is being cleaned. And in the bathrooms, it's being cleaned. The floors are being swept. The kitchen is being cleaned. Laundry is being done. So if you want to do that, go ahead and have one of those days every week. But if you're more so like, I want to relax on the weekends, do something every other day. Like, just break it down even further. You got your kitchen, you got your bathroom, you got your laundry. I just said all of this. The first thing to sowing our seed, we need to be in a clean and organized environment. How are we going to be in a messy environment? We're not going to be able to hear and remember the goals that we have set for. We can't hear God in clutter and chaos. No, clean your room. All right, next, your body. The temple that holds the living spirit of God himself. Amen. Can I get an amen? Yes. We got to take care of our bodies, okay? And I'm talking about deeper than cleaning your body one time a day and cleaning your teeth one time a day. I'm talking about next level. Like, let's steward well over this fleshly physical suit that he has given us. Okay, I'm talking about getting a skincare routine in place, a body care routine in place, making sure you're shaving, exfoliating the dead skin scales off of you, out with the old, in with the new. And in order to do that, you have got to exfoliate, So just creating these routines, learning more about your skin health, what kind of skin you have, the hair you have, just put in more effort into taking care of yourself, okay? Next, we're going to talk about dressing appropriately and dressing presentable. Being presentable while you're out in public. Now, this comes from the Bible as well. God was telling us when we're fasting, put some oil on your head, wash your face, put some clothes on, dress right, look presentable. Don't be looking like you're stressed out here. Don't be looking like you're in dire need of something. And if he's telling us to do that while we're fasting, when we're emptying ourselves, what about when we have all the fuel that we need? Get it together, my girl. Get it together. Okay? Next, your diet. Now, excuse me, being in the Western Hemisphere of the world, in America, our diet is not the best. It is very far from it. Okay? But we're in 2026. I know you see all of the food influencers and all of the fitness influencers talking about the food that they eat. Yes, it's real. We have got to eat clean. We have got to eat right, because that is another way of stewarding over the body. What you see on the outside honestly comes from what you're putting in on the inside, mostly, okay? And I'm not sitting here judging. I'm with you, okay? I'm with you. I'm just starting to incorporate fruits and vegetables, and I only drink water for the most part. I don't, unless I'm going out to eat. But even when I'm out to eat, I'm drinking water. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta choose one thing. I ain't gonna stress you, because I do too love my wings, and I love a burger. I love a chicken sandwich. I love those things. So, you have to put those things in moderation. Cook at home. Cook the right food. Start drinking water, 4 bottles of water. Start with a baby step. But make sure you understand that the food you put into your body, how you take care of your skin, the clothes you put on, all of this is a part of surrounding you and the seed that you're sowing. Put in the effort. Put in the effort, okay? Your body is a temple. Treat it that way. It's sacred, It's not just anything, anybody. You're not just anybody. You're you, okay? God created you. Treat yourself that way, all right? Another thing that I want to add on to the physical environment setting is having daily reminders of the seeds that we're sowing. Now, I did take a little picture, a little video of my vision board, and I'm not used to creating vision boards. I think I did in the past, but none of them, I don't think I focused so intently on them that a lot of it came true. But tip for that, put things that you know that you can achieve in that year. Meaning like you don't really know, but you know like if I put the effort into it, I can get that. All right? Excuse me. Put that on your vision board. If you're not a vision board person, fine, but you need a daily reminder that you are actually on a journey, that you are in a season of blooming, whether that is some kind of like daily affirmation, you're putting it on your phone, your lock screen, you got sticky notes of verses on your mirror. You need visual daily reminders that we are on a journey. We are about that action. We are sowing seed. We are focused and diligent in what we are doing and who we are becoming. Okay? I'm going to put some Bible scriptures down below. But Habakkuk, I said that right? 2:2 says, write the vision and make it plain. And Proverbs 29:18 says, where there is no vision, the people perish. Baby girl, put your vision on the board. Okay? Slide over. Next, let's talk about the second part of your physical environment. That is people, the people that are around you. Now, this is a sticky topic because I'm not one to be like cut people off. This is not about cutting people off harshly. This is about protecting what God is transforming and what He is causing to bloom. What I want to first encourage you is that you came into this world alone. Therefore, you have to get comfortable with doing things alone. All right? You can't just wait for somebody to be ready to be fit. You can't wait for people to want to be eating healthy for you to eat healthy. You can't wait for people to be interested in stocks and investments and hearing about financial what is the word? Blessing, abundance, and all of these extra terms. If they're not ready, you have to go out and do that for yourself. You have got to have some type of independence about your journey, about who you're becoming. Because again, you came into this world by yourself. You're going to leave by yourself. And you have to really get comfortable with doing things by yourself. Of course, I want to encourage you to be around the right people who have goals. But guess what? If you are not around those people, you having goals are going to be a light to them. They're going to eventually have goals. And if they don't, what does that have to do with you? What does that have to do with you? I think if you have people close around you and you have goals, the only way for them not to bring you down is if you have boundaries. Meaning you can't let people take you off of your journey from sowing your seed. If your friends like, I want to go out to brunch or lunch, and you're like, oh, I didn't make all my sales calls and my sales goals for the day. Guess what, boo? Guess who's going to tell you no? Guess who will only tell you no? You. Yeah, you. You have to hold yourself accountable. So what I'm trying to get into saying is that learn to say no to people and things that are going to take you away from this journey, that's going to take you away from sowing your seed. You have got to find the time to put in the effort to sow your seed, okay? And likewise, if you are away from your original or your consistent environment, the environment that you live in daily, and you're just so happen to travel, right, wherever you travel to, make sure you're still sowing your seed. Do not stop sowing at all. You know, I think a really great example for this is that I have the Planet Fitness Black Card membership. Oh my gosh, I love it. Anytime I go anywhere, I'm going to the gym, okay? And guess what? Somebody can come with me. Make sure that nothing gets in the way of you sowing this seed. Like right now, I would love to start getting ready for bed and, you know, turning down, but if I gotta do this, I gotta do it. Nothing, hun. We have to do what we have to do. I'm here for that. I'm here for you. You here for me. This is what we doing. All right? So I'll list some more Bible verses down there and study them, you know? Talk to God. Like, how does this relate to my life? You know, what do you think about them? How do you feel internally about them? Have, you know, some introspection time with yourself. The last part that we're going to talk about that comes from your external environment are your habits. Now, I did write a few notes. So, Our automatic routine behaviors account for 40% of our daily activities. I know that is a lot. Okay? And in order to take control of them, you have got to break the feedback loop. The triggers that you get, you have got to break them consciously. And it takes about 66 days to have that be automatic. I thought of a good example earlier, and the example was, like, this is a trigger. Oh my gosh, I have to go to the bathroom. It could be anything. Like, I just have to go to the bathroom. Next thing you know, you're grabbing your phone. All right? Unconsciously, you just do it. Okay? But you gotta consciously put the phone down. And let's say you gotta do that 66 days in a row. Okay? So, what do your habits look like? I'm not here to judge. We're both on the journey together. So I need to take audit too of my habits. On my vision board is less screens, more books. But I tell you right now, in the last week, I didn't read one chapter of my book. It's okay. Be conscious about it and start again the next day. Okay? What do your habits look like? How are you relaxing? At a certain point in time in my life, I was not doing the right things, meaning I probably would drink a little bit, smoke a little bit, or do a little things that I wasn't supposed to be doing, and those had become my habit. If you have like a habit that is hard to stop, or a habit that you feel like, oh, this is just the way I relax or whatnot, so and so, please give it to God. This whole journey of blooming cannot be done without Jesus himself, guys. The parts. And like I said, I think blooming takes place in increments. It is not just a one-year thing. We're going to repeat this process again next year, okay? Because that's what evolving takes. But Jesus, yes, he will take the taste out of your mouth. Just ask him. Just ask him. Ask him and tell him I told you to ask him, okay? So I just want to make sure that you're doing things in moderation, making sure that you're really, putting that stuff to the side, because you got to lock in. You got to focus, We really need to focus on improving our self-discipline, because that's what sowing seed is really about. That's what change is really about. It all comes down to self-control and self-discipline, which we will definitely get into and dive into in another video. Let's just go ahead and talk about a few more tips, notes, just a little bit more encouragement on what it takes to really shape your environment to match the season that you're in. Okay, so in order to make sure that our external surroundings are in the right conditions, we must walk with, first, initiative, and then 2, diligence. Initiative is starting without being pushed, okay? And diligence is staying consistent even when it's boring. I was about to say something, I'm gonna still say it, but do you know the Bible verse? There's like tie kindness and love. Oh, tie kindness and loyalty around your neck or your heart. Yeah, around your neck. It's something like that. I'm gonna put it down here. But basically what I'm trying to get to is you need to tie initiative and diligence around your neck in the season. Nobody's gonna want you to become the best version of you like yourself. No one. No one. Only you can get up and do it. Only you will want it for yourself. God wants it for you, but he's not controlling us. He's putting the desires in our heart for a reason. And he said, get up, go get them. We're going to talk about faith and belief. Again, we'll talk about that too, but please just tie in initiative and diligence into this. You need to put that on a sticky note and put it on there. This is what you need, okay? To really step into your blooming season, all right? But basically, we're all going to have distractions. We're all going to get tossed off on this season and this journey that we're in. As you can see, I'm recording a week later, right? But you have to come back to the point of I'm getting 1% better every day. right? What we're doing here, and I told you guys this in the last video, is that we have 1 to 2 seeds max. My 1 seed is this, because it takes a lot of effort. It's a different mind, it's a mindset shift, okay? But you know what I'm trying to get to is like, you have to keep coming back to the point that you want to sow your seed. You have got to sow your seed. You know, last week I went to the gym mostly every day. You know, and that's what I was saying too. That is kind of subconscious, but that's what I'm trying to get this to be. This is going to become more automatic over time. And I want to encourage you and let you know that is the same thing for you. If you just keep coming back to it day and day, don't let the idea of what you're sowing leave. That is your focus right now. So, you know, I think when we realize the energy that we sow, you know, and that we put into what we're sowing, the transformation that we're seeking, just the energy towards it, it's going to make you feel good. You know, I know this video may not be perfect, but guess what? I did it. I did it, okay? And I'm going to feel good. I know I'm probably going to be like, oh, I should have did it better this, or what was going on with that, and all that kind of stuff. But I put my seed in, and I hope you're putting your seed in as well. I don't know what your environment, if your external environment look like. I don't know what your living conditions are. I don't know how your body and your skincare routine is doing and how you're dressing. I don't know what people you're hanging around, what habits you have. I don't know all of those things. But this video is not to tell you, give you a list of things to change, because it's not about starting perfect, right? But it's just about being mindful, being aware that your external environment matters a whole lot when it comes to sowing your seed, to blooming into the person that you are called to be, right? I just want to encourage you to become the woman that God, or the person that God has called you to be, okay? Most importantly, I need you to understand that this whole process of blooming is not one of striving. You know, more so it's about surrendering. God, this is the desire of my heart. Okay? This is the seed that I want to sow to reach that desire. And I need your help to do it. I cannot do it on my own. And when he give you those nudges, say yes. Say yes to him. Okay? You have got to put in the work, but you don't have to start perfect. Now, that was just part 1 of our environment, of understanding the environment that it takes to grow a good seed. Okay, in the next video, we're going to talk about the internal environment, that is our soul and our spirit, and all of the details there. If you made it through this video, I just want to say thank you for watching it. Thank you for being an audience to my effort, and leave a comment down below of what you see you're sowing, what you think you're struggling with. You know, sometimes I can be a little bit vulnerable, but whatever you want to leave down in the comments, leave, because I am an audience to your effort as well. And without further ado, I hope you have a wonderful night, and that you understand how much God loves you, cares for you, and how much he has in store for you. Okay? In the next episode, in the next week, you know, we'll be talking about. So I'll see you there. Okay?